Hello again. I'm going to show you how to weave a basket from brambles. If you are like me and you have a lot of odd bits of rubbish in your garden, you tend to leave the areas in your garden that need to be sorted out and they end up with brambles growing on them. So I'm sure you're the same. You've had time recently to look at the garden and decide it's a real mess. Anyway, I have got myself some very nice pre-prepared brambles here. I've made them into a cross. I've already shown you how to do that if you watched the start of the video. So I've got my two crossbars with two brambles pushed through the middle of them, and I used a craft knife, and I've already told you that I think you should get someone to help you. If you're going to do this on your own, please don't do it on your own. Get somebody to do it with you, and then once the structure is all set up, then you can have fun actually weaving. But please do it with somebody else helping you do the difficult stuff, okay? And let's get on. So that's the two crossbars. And now, you might have seen me earlier on wearing gloves, very important. You must wear very thick gloves. These have got a leather palm, and they're just gardening gloves. And you'll probably find when you look at your brambles that some are thinner than others. Now, the ones you want to do the weaving with are the thinner ones, the more flexible ones. They're probably younger shoots coming off the big main thicker stalk. Okay, so I've got one here and I'm going to start to weave it into my cross structure. We'll see how this goes. So here goes. I get the point of the thin one. I'm going to put it into the little hole that's already there, and then I'm going to just start weaving it. And it's quite a feat actually. So bear with yourself, bear with me, and we'll see how we go. Okay, so I've got it looking like that. It looks pretty horrible at the moment, but it's a long-term project this, so it'll take a while and then it'll look nice. But it's quite nice if you like fiddling with things and you don't want to do drawing or colouring in for a change. You can sit and organise your stalks and get on with some weaving. Okay, it's getting there. See, I'm going round and round the central area using the thinner bramble. So you go under, over, under, over. You've probably done weaving before, and you know that you must go under, and then if you've been under, then you go over. And that way you get a fairly strong structure. It's going to be quite basic, but you never know, you might end up with something nice at the end of it if you just keep going. Okay, and my cat is helping, or not helping. She is sitting there enjoying all these little bits of twig coming her way, thinking, oh, this is fun. So now you can see how far I've got there. I'm going to go under. Oh no, I've gone under now. This is a problem. So you have to figure out how do you have to insert another crossbar, which you probably do, because you can't keep going under and over all the way around. You've got to do it alternately, which means every other one. So I'm going to try and do it every other one, or failing that, I'm going to start putting in some more crossbars. Okay, I'll let you get on with whatever else you've got. Okay, so it's starting to look a bit more like the bottom of a basket now. Okay, so your weaving should be starting to look a bit like that. Can you see it? It's looking very crude, but that's fine. It's just a bit of fun today. And as you get practiced at it, your fingers will learn how to just gently soften the twigs as you go. It sort of gets to be second nature after a while. Okay, so once you have got to the end of one of your sticks, you're going to need to put another one in, and I'm going to try and show you how I do it. You got to the end here with this one. You've even got a root on the end of this one. So I'm going to try and show you how to insert the next one. Here comes the next one. It's under that one, so you're going to carry on the regime of under and over. So that goes under. This goes over the next one. And you see, and then you're going to go under the next one. No, you're going to go over the next one. This is where it gets confusing, and you have to keep an eye on yourself whether you've gone over or under. So I've gone under that one, over that one, and I'm going to go under the next one, because after a while you actually have to break away from it. If you've just inserted it, you have to then go back to another alternate version. So that's an over and an under there. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, now we're going to go it is a bit of a mess, but have faith, it could get better. Okay, so it's starting to look a bit more like the bottom of a basket now. And okay, so the good news is that some of this thinner, younger, greener, and well, it's just more supple, so you can actually twist it right round the main bar like a piece of thread almost, so that you have it twisting right round like that. And you can do that with each of your turns, and it will make the basket stronger. It'll hold everything together a bit more. So I'm just twisting it round. I don't know if you can see that. You see, I'm getting a nice twist. Rather than just an under or an over, I've done a twist, which is quite nice. Now, bearing in mind that hopefully at the end of this you'll end up with a little basket, or even a big basket, you'll be able to put Easter things in it, and gifts, maybe for Mother's Day, or well, we've had Mother's Day, but it'll be Easter coming, won't it now? So perhaps you can do something nice. This thing's a bit floppy, and do a present in your new basket. Okay, so I'm going to show you what to do if one of your main structural rods has broken, which is what's happened to mine. And I'm going to have to insert a new one to carry on making this basket. So I've got some fresh bramble twig here, and like before I was using secateurs to get rid of all the spikes, but I've also got my craft knife. Now this is for your assistant to do, not for you to do. And you just run the craft knife down the twig, and all the little thorns will come off. Actually, if you think you can be trusted with a craft knife, or whoever you're with is happy with you to do it with a knife, then that's all right. But please take advice from whoever's with you today, and you can really hurt yourself with these knives, so be careful. I generally use this one for sharpening pencils, but again, you do have to be really careful. And I know you use sharp knives in the kitchen, but that's for chopping, isn't it? And you're using a chopping board. You're usually doing a downward motion onto the chopping board, so this is slightly different. Anyway, here's my nice new twig, and I'm going to chop it. I need a bit, the longest bit probably. Actually no, the older one. Compare it with the other ones and decide how long and wide you want your basket to be. So I think probably this one. I'll chop that off, and I'm going to chop off the next bit. Ooh, there we are. So I've now got a nice long twig here, which can be put into where the old broken one is going to come. So I'm replacing the broken twig with a new one. There's the broken one hanging down. I'm just going to snip it off. There, that's gone. And then I'm going to get the new one. And I have sharpened one of the ends so that it's going to be, well, I'm just about to sharpen one of the ends so that I can put it in parallel to the stump of the broken one. So there we have a sharpened end, carefully using the craft knife in one direction away from you, finding where the old broken one is. There it is, and gently pushing it in. You see, you can bend them over a bit, so careful, you don't want to break it. Push it in, and have patience, it will get in there. And there we are. So you can now continue to weave your thinner bramble round and round, and just enjoy the process. And that will be the end of part 2 of how to make a basket.